What's up, friends? So I've been studying for the GCP Associate Cloud Engineer exam for the last couple of months, and today I thought I would bring you into the GCP console with me and do a quick tutorial. So if that's something that's interesting to you, grab a drink, come on back, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So the first thing we're going to want to do is navigate to the GCP console. So you can do that by going to console.cloud.google.com, sign up for an account, and that gets you $300 worth of credits. And that's kind of enough to play around with and learn and get your study on. So this is the GCP dashboard. It's pretty minimal, fits with the Google aesthetic. GCP kind of organizes resources by folders and projects, so you can hover up here and see a list of all your projects or create a project or folder. Folders contain projects, so that's how you keep those organized. So if you're a company and you have multiple projects, you can keep them separated by folder. You can access the navigation menu by clicking up here where the three lines are, and you kind of side menu kind of pops up, and you'll see that the home button is here. So if you need to get back to that main dashboard, that's how you would do it. And here are some of the services organized by function. You have kind of the housekeeping services up here, your billing, your IAM, marketplace, but I'm basically only focusing on the services that are specific to the Associate Cloud Engineer exam. So that would be kind of your compute services, storage and databases, and some of your networking and operation tools. If there's a service that you use pretty often, you can kind of hover over it and you kind of see these push pins appear next to it. So you can kind of make that your favorite or pin it to the top of the, the top of the menu, so you don't have to scroll all the way down to find what it is that you need. So now we're back in the dashboard, and you can see that you can kind of click and drag things around and position them however you like. You can, organize, your favorite. They're called, the individual kind of icons are called cards. So you can just kind of click into them and move them, drag them around and position them, as best you need to organize yourself. You can kind of hide certain cards by kind of clicking up in the corner here. And if you kind of want those to kind of hide and unhide cards, you click in the corner to customize, and you can see the cards that you've had hidden. So then you can kind of unhide them or keep them hidden if that's what you would like to do. So now let's create a VM. In GCP, these are called compute engines. So what we're going to do is click into compute engine and then VM instances and then click create. So if you look in the corner here, you can kind of see a cost breakdown of your VM configuration, which comes in really handy, especially if you have a budget. We love a budget. So you can name your VM and choose the region or the zone. You can pick the machine family, and we're going to go with one of the cheaper series, the N1 series here. We don't want to run up too much of a bill. And you can come and, just kind of take a look around. This is similar to how you would configure your VM in AWS with all the specs. So we're keeping this pretty basic here with the N1. This kind of explains the tendency of the VM, and we're not going to get too much into that for this tutorial, but here you can kind of see the boot disk, and you can change it if you would like. You can change the firewall configurations. So this works similar to how AWS has the AMIs. These are just kind of the operating systems for the VMs. You can see all the different flavors of Linux, and there's even Windows down at the very bottom. And we're going to keep with the Debian flavor and just click Create. We've already kind of allowed our firewall rules for internet traffic. We can take a final look at the cost, and then go ahead and click Create. So while this spins up, what I love most about GCP is the fact that everything is just kind of built into one area. So when you see this finally spin up, we don't have to download any keys or manage any keys or configure them. They're kind of built into the interface, the user experience. When it finally cooks up, we just go up here and click SSH. This window loads up, and then we're able to just SSH directly into our VM with no headaches or stress or frustrations. It's really nice. So we can come in here, we can SSH. I can attempt to, I think I was trying to update, but you have to sudo first. So that's what I'm doing now. And there we go. It's pretty simple to kind of come in here and get started if you're a developer. So there we go. So we can close out of this SSH window now and go back to the main dashboard in the GCP account. So now we're back in the GCP dashboard, and now we're going to make a VM through the cloudshell. So cloudshell is one of my favorite things about GCP so far. It's a very robust CLI built for GCP. So it comes pre-installed with, some goodies, Python, Java, Docker, and about 5 gigs of persistent disk storage. So what we're going to do first is we're going to make sure we're in the correct project. That's usually highlighted in yellow. If you're not, there's a command up there for you to kind of switch to the appropriate project. I'm going to stay in this project, so we just need to type out the script to create our VM, and that is going to be our gcloud compute instances create, and then we're going to name it, do our machine type flag. We're going to stay with the N1 standard. We're going to put it in the US Central 1C zone, and make sure all of that is spelled correctly or your script won't run. And then after, checking your spelling, just hit enter. And then that'll take a few seconds to kind of configure. And there it is. You can see kind of it spits out all the details for you right there in cloudshell. But if you kind of go back into the dashboard up to your refresh button and give it a good refresh, it will also appear in your dashboard. And there it is. And then it's there, and we can just instantly SSH into this also, and we're ready to get going. So there we go. We're in here now. We can kind of, make ourselves root user, update everything, and then we're ready to get rolling. So now let's clean up these VMs because we're not using them, and we don't want to spend money that we don't need to spend. So go ahead and select those and delete them. And this was just a quick tutorial for GCP. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.